backstage, pass out laughing. Yes, sir, here at Backstage, staying on topic with conversation, make you think, hey, please don't be scared, making a fuss, they jokes, partner, please lighten up, cause comedy's about making life funny, bruh. And if you're ready for the show now, follow me backstage, cause it's about to go down.
Welcome, y'all. Season two of the award-winning DL's Backstage Pass Conversations. Thanks so much that while we've been off of the streaming YouTube, Patreon, EGO, you guys have been tuning in to your favorite local radio stations and listening to DL's Backstage Pass radio show, where we have been consistently giving you the hottest music, talk, and topics this side of heaven. And that was my contemporary Kojic trembling in my voice run. Oh, the funny you can handle. Man, hey boy, yours truly, the voice, Mr. Sadwar Fair, the DL Marshall. Y'all know I can't do this alone. I got to bring in with me one of the funniest comedians I've ever gotten a chance to share a stage with. He is the brown bearded one. Y'all know my comedy comrade. Y'all know my own air ride and die. He's also my own screen homeboy, my brother from another mother. Give it up for none other than Mr. Bam Brown. What's up there, brother?
Salutations, brother. Everything's well.
Hey, in the words of Teddy Pendergrass, it's been a long time since we shot one. But we back. We back.
Yeah,
Let
man.
the story begin.
Yeah. It's good to be back, man. Good to be seen. Good to be living. You know, hey, let's do it, man.
Season two, man. Season two.
Yes, sir.
Season 2, Bam. Man, look, we toiled through season 1, had an awesome show. But here we are, 2024, and we doing it some more. And we going to kick things off with us. But next week's first show, I get a chance to sit down with Marnay, the singer Marnay that we met down in Atlanta. So we're going to get a chance to talk more into her. But today, brother, talking about kicking off 2024 with Mo. Since the last time you and I have gotten a chance to come before the good peoples, Cat Williams has set a tone.
Yes.
And I know the good saints, when everybody was saying there's going to be more in 2024, they had no idea.
Right.
They had no idea. Brother, what you got to say about my man Cat and our comedy field?
Man, well, you know, I believe, and I'm no prophet or anything, or, you know, not a for real preacher. Well, I mean, I preach, but
your shade tree, Jack Lake.
You know, you can catch me at the local Swope Park or, you know, somewhere on the corner store. But man, no, 2024 is the year of exposure, man. And I don't know if that's, you know, biblical or what numbers coincide with exposure or whatever, man. But this is the year. So listen, people, get your house in order. Get it in order, man, because you're going to get exposed. You know what they say, what's done in the dark will come to light. And my man, Cat Williams, man, he has kicked it off. He has kicked it off, man. He bringing up some stuff that even the comedians was like, man, did I really do that? That was me. Let me go check my own receipts, you know? And, but yeah, man, hey, and what I saw, none of the other comedians, to my knowledge, have really came out and said, nah, that boy lying. You know, he lying. They was all like, you know, like Kevin Hart said, you know, get some help, champ, you know, all this kind of stuff, you know, the publicly correct stuff. But hey, Cat brought the heat and he set the tone.
Didn't
set
he?
the tone. Yeah, man.
And then, bruh, like if you say get your house in order, at least clean it up. Because when them feds kick in, you don't want the cameras to catch your house cluttered. And then,
Yes,
bro,
sir.
so
Yeah.
Shay, shout out to Shannon Sharp. Club Shay tried to capture lightning in the bottle again after Cat Williams went in so authentically and so him. Man, that is he's the prince of comedy. And when I'm talking about the purple one, statue, how he talk is almost like he floats in and floats away.
Yeah.
The way he talks, calculate. That's the prince of comedy. But
yeah,
Shay tried to capture lightning in a bottle again, bro, and he had Monique on.
With Monique, yeah.
Oh man, and Monique tried to duplicate it. It didn't quite hit. But what she did was she made DL Hughley tired of the foolishness. These comedy beefs in 2024. So now all of a sudden, she like that doggone DL Hughley, blase bleed, blase die. She should have left it alone, man, because DL Hughley then responded. And I think he turned over some soil that I don't think Monique was expecting with the relationship. Like, you won't come at me about my daughter? You won't come up? What kind of, you calling all these people sweet babies, and you got all this type of information for all these other people, but you and your son ain't rolling. When you heard that, Bell.
Hey, man, it's good to know that the entertainers are still human. You know what I'm saying? Because we put them on pedestals and we put them up so high like they can do no wrong. And then we're shocked when we find out new information. You know what I'm saying? We find out that, they are real people. They got real issues. They real people. And so, and I think people was really like after Cat on Shannon Sharp, no other interview can top that one. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. And so it feels like when Shannon Sharp brings all these other people on, they just want to top Cat's messiness, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Or try to reach that pinnacle of views, hate, shade, whatever. And so when he brought Monique on, everybody clicked in because they wanted to hear what she had to say about Tyler Perry, Oprah, Will Packard, all of them. But when she started talking about DL and his show and what they did to her and her husband, how she felt, DL came back and got that jugular vein, you know what I'm saying? And so it woke up a sleeping giant, which is her son.
Yep.
Hey, the son is like, hey, no, it ain't nothing like that. She out here trying to portray sweet baby, and the son don't want a relationship. I mean, she, don't want a relationship with her. It's vice versa, man. She didn't want to had nothing to do with me. And he really opened up the Pandora's box.
Yeah. And she kind of simmered down a little bit after that too. Do you feel it's a trend before we step into the next phases of this? Mm-hmm. We two stand-up comedians. We clean comedians, but we funny as anybody you go buy a ticket to go see. I'm just gonna set it out there like that. My grandma used to say, baby, it's a sad dog won't wag his own tail. So let me look over my shoulder and shake a couple of times just to say that we are two clean comedic fascists. I mean, we beasts at what we do. Now, that's a segue because we're going to come back to that word beast. I said that on purpose, not to be arrogant, y'all, but y'all got to stick with us. There's a madness to the martialisms backstage. But do you think, Bam, before I use that word beast to tie into our segue, do you think that now comedians will use clickbait messiness rather than humor and straight flat funny to sell comedy specials? Do you think they're taking the lazy way out?
Of course. Because social media made it that way. You know, before it was radio, it was, you had to go to a station. Hey, I'm in your city. I'm coming through on the 19th through the 21st. Be there, be square. I'm coming to your city. Now you can just jump on here and say anything.
Right.
So taking it back to Cat, Cat named a bunch of people. He named a bunch of people on there, talked about a bunch of people. One person in particular, he didn't really say. I don't even remember him saying his name. And so after it was over, Mike Epps was like, "Oh man, he didn't even mention my name. I wish he would have, because I got a special coming out." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like, draw some attention to me. Let me be relevant real quick, because I got something. I got a special. You know what I'm saying? And so so it's like, say something bad about me, or let me start some beef, because I got something. Then they're gonna pay attention to my special. Which then, if you do all that, you got to live up to the hype. You got to live up to the hype, man. So yeah.
And initially, I think the reason why Cat Williams' interview with Shannon was so viral, because man, that thing probably got to be close to over 100 million views by now. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because out the gate it was at 20 something.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure it surpassed before last month the 50. So it's got to be close, upper 80s, 90s, close to 100. What is it? 100 million views.
100 million.
So, but I don't believe Cat went on there with the intent to be messy as much as he was with the intent to put on notice. Like, y'all have ran from my brilliance, and this is his outlook. Y'all run from my brilliance so long, you can't hide any longer.
Right.
I'm coming out with a new tour. I think he said this is what, 13th 21 city tour or somewhere around that way. Y'all been catapulting over me based off of unscrupulous measures. I'm about to tell you some things. Y'all can take it for truth. Y'all can take it for lies, take it for propaganda. I don't care. You ain't even got to take it, but I'm gonna set it here because it's for real. And a lot of things that Cat said, Donnell Rollins said himself, who we're about to jump into, that Cat didn't say nothing that nobody in the industry didn't know was going on.
Right.
So I don't think he was trying to be messy. I think he was trying to get on notice to say, those of you that feel like I do overlook, you don't need Hollywood to get your get down. You don't need to get along. You ain't got to sacrifice your butthole, your manhood, to get forward, only for them to still jack you around with your finances. So yeah. Now I use the word we was beast, and we do it clean. And I can't say that we do it clean without first saying shout out to the great Sinbad. I'm praying that his health is on the rise. But man, Sinbad allowed me to see that we could do this thing clean and still be mainstream funny. And I thank him for that. And I pray that for him and his family that he's getting better. But bam.
Yes, sir.
Donnell Rollins then started to go around. Marlon Wayans said, man, I don't think people got to be gay to be in a dress. He had a special finna come out.
Right. Then
turn around, Donnell Rollins. Well, you mentioned Mike Epps came after Shannon. Shannon was like, when I see you, it's on site.
Yep.
So that's an athlete who's made his money in a testosterone-driven era where manhood is everything, against a comedian that jokes and wordplay is everything. Kudos to Mike Epps and Shannon Sharp for after publicly stirring up what could have gone deadly. Came together as two Gen X men, hash it out. Shout out to a fellow Missourian, Guy Torrey, who came on and said, Mike, Shannon, come on, man. We Generation Xers. We supposed to be showing these guys how not to do it and how to do it right. Come on, man. Y'all better than this. And on the heels of that plea, we got the face-to-face sit-down by two black men that show we could disagree, we could say some things unfavorable, but we can come together without blows, talk it out.
Yeah.
Okay, kudos. Now, all of a sudden, Donnell Rollins is about to have a Netflix special fallout, and he gets into it with Corey Holcomb. Now, everybody is quick and easy to blame Corey because Corey is outspoken. He speaks his mind. He has no type of what they say,
a filter.
No filter, no tack. He just says it. But he's another one, like you said, it's hard pressed to say or find somebody say he lying. You can say he a hater. You can say he full of it, but not too many people say he lying, right? So Corey is at, I think it's Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory. Donnell Rollins goes up before him, does his set. Corey comes back. He says a joke. Now, mind you, Rollins said that he was about to leave. Then he heard Corey was about to come up. He had heard that Corey says a certain business joke. He wanted to check it out. That to me says, when TMZ is there on site to be able to film and break something, you call TMZ.
Yep.
You called them. You set that moment up. So, because he spent it on the word I use. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. So let me give our viewers what made Donnell Rollins upset. Corey said that if you've been in 3 or more Hollywood movies, then you've probably got bent over as a man. Now they switched it and played the narrative that he said you've given fellatio. Corey, like, man, I don't even use that word. Then they removed the word probably and said that if you've been in 3 or more movies, you have bent over. Everybody ran with it. Donnell Rollins, as a comedian, bruh, you know that's poor taste to jump up as a stand-up comedian in the midst of another stand-up comedian taking care of business in his office space and interrupt that man, especially in the context and culture of people trying to rush the stage. Now you go off and say you're a beast. Bam, pick it up there.
Well, first, I like Corey Holcomb. Always been, I'm not a fan, but I've always enjoyed his comedy. Donnell Rollins, you know, Ashy Larry, he was definitely funny then on Chappelle's show. He's had some sets where, you know, he's rocked, but then he had some where, you know, I think the older he gets, man, and he's trying to stay so relevant that, I mean, he's falling off. To me, that's my opinion. You know, hit me in the comments if you want to, say what you want. That's my opinion. And so when, you know, when he went at Corey like that, saying the word, I'm a beast, you got to be a beast. You know what I'm saying? And I may say I'm a beast, but I may not be as funny as you. You might say you a beast, but you may not be as funny as the next man. And so, man, when you rock, you got to know and you got to have the credentials of being a beast. You know what I'm saying?
You can't leave your credentials at home, because it's one point to have credentials, but you know, if you go into work and your door need a badge and you leave your badge, you ain't getting in, bro. You ain't getting in. Especially when Corey used the words, bro, why you screaming? I didn't say you wasn't funny. I said you mild. And you know what? If I can rock out in arenas, Bam, if I can work 4 weekends, every weekend out a month, 3 weekends out a month, and be considered mild, I'll be mild. I'll be mild.
I'm working. I'm working. I'll be there. And somebody is coming to see me. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it gets to the point where I just said somebody's coming to see me. People are coming to see you. They buying tickets based off, I would say, past shows. Sometimes it's not the same. You know what I mean? The progression, you know, you get better. But like, if you already been in the game, I say, what has he been? 20 years almost for Donnell?
Man, it might be close to 30. It might be close to 30,
20, 30 years, man. You should be at the top of your list. You know what I'm saying? Your era, especially your era, but you should be, if you've been in the game that long, you should surpass everybody. You know what I'm saying? All the comedians that came up around that time, 30 years ago, they all should be, you know, not too far from each other if you're great. You know, or, you know, just come on and start falling back. You know what I mean? Just play your position. You know, play your position, man. And I don't know. I watched the special. I watched Donnell Rollins' special, man, and I laughed one time, like once, at that whole special. And I was like, come on, man, you said you was the beast. I
Right.
didn't say it. You said you was the beast. And this ain't beast worthy right here. Now let me ask you a question, D.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say before you ask that question, real quick, hold your thought, because you said something that make it's worth mentioning. So, man, that point was straight. So with Corey saying he was mild, and like you said, you only laughed one time. Do you believe that his marketing ploy strategy blew up in his face rather than blowing up his special? Because would you possibly have found Donnell Rawlings' Netflix special funnier if he hadn't have said he was a beast?
Based on what I saw, no. If I didn't even hear him say that and watched it, I would be like, nah, this wasn't it. But now adding the beast part to it, now I'm like, really, this ain't it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
That was a mild special. You know what I'm saying? For him. Now, like I said, I've seen his shows and I've seen him rock out. And the dude is funny. He's funny. But like you just said, like you asked that question, had he not said anything and kept his mouth closed, I think he would have got a better response.
Because he gave, and I'm gonna let you ask that question. There's levels. Mm-hmm. There's levels. Like you and I, we want to be the go-to in our city when somebody needs a banquet, some laughs at a banquet, or a church event, or a family affair. When it comes to clean, we want to be the king of Kansas City. Mm-hmm. Then we want to be able to say, when you mention you need a clean comedian, we want to be in your top 5 come-tos. Like, oh, let me see if Bam, let me see if DL, let me see if they available. I want to be in the top 5 of that. Then, if God gives me that space, then we can start talking, period, comedian. But I'm trying to level up first. And I think a lot of people try to propel themselves too far, too fast, without first taking care and securing the level that which you're responsible for getting first. So I think that definitely is. But he fueled for Corey to say, and Corey did say this. Now, I called him mild. He said he's a beast. Was this comedy special mild or was it beast mode? He said, and before y'all answer this, take into the fact that this was the 4th special shot. So it took 3 times to give us that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he taped the wrong one. He filmed the wrong one, man. I don't know. Maybe one was the best. And he should have. I don't know. But even with when you putting on a special, whether back in the day it was HBO, used to do it. That was the big thing before Netflix came. Now Netflix pumps them out, weekly, monthly, 2 or 3. And so it was a big deal when you shot a show. And so you would go from city to city, you do your bit, you work it out. Then, some people would shoot a bit of their special in that city. Like Chris Rock did that time. He went from city to city. I think he even went out the country, and then he meshed it all together on that one. And it was seamless. That was seamless. You know what I'm saying? And he probably took the best of his bits in each city. Probably took the best of them and put it together. Donald Rollins, he might have had 4 shows that he did, and then they taped this last one. But he probably had, his first show was probably good. The second one was probably okay. Then he probably felt like his first, boy, I got it now. I got it locked. Let's take this 4th one because I got it. And it wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's somebody else. Somebody else would probably be like, oh, boy, you tripping. That was cold-blooded. That was funny from top to bottom. But me, I know what I like to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? And that just wasn't it, man.
That's the thing about comedy. It's subjective. It's subjective to who's in the audience. Yeah. Go ahead with your question, Bam.
So we talking about comedians and us being comedians. And then we're talking likes and dislikes.
Mm-hmm.
Should a comedian be able to, since we're all in the same field, brotherhood, sisterhood, should we be able to what is the word I'm looking for, man? Not compare. Should we be able to say that a comedian is or is not funny? That's
I myself try to steer away from that, from actually the statement I use and the word I use right before you ask that question. It's fluid. It's fluid. Yeah. And the people that might sell out the shows that we do, the like that Houston group found us funny.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say we go to Albuquerque, New York, they may not find us funny at all. Are we not funny?
Is there Albuquerque, New York?
I thought.
Is that real? I thought it was Albuquerque, New Mexico. But
I thought it was. I thought somebody fact check this. Let's make sure.
Yeah, let's see.
Do that? All right.
Let's see. But yeah, no. I didn't.
Hey, Bam. Hey, Bam. Check it out. If it is, yeah. But if it ain't, I knew that. I was just making up something. But I don't want to ever say in an open platform somebody's not funny.
Okay.
And what I mean is, we can say, I think it's okay to say somebody struggled.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay to say, that wasn't their best, like you did.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for us to say somebody's not funny, I think for a comedian to say another comedian's not funny is almost like having a doctor say another doctor is not good in the operating room, or another dentist is not good in his chair. Because we are in that profession, our words carry a weight that could cause someone not to get their money. So have I been in rooms where a comedian just didn't get a laugh out of me? Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Have I been a comedian that didn't get laughs out of another comedian? Possibly. Then you have to ask, have I taken too many opportunities from this comedian? Have they taken too many opportunities from this comedian for them not to find them funny? Did they have an interaction personally in the green room or went out to eat? And now that you rubbed me the wrong way, has a fan had an encounter where they wanted an autograph or a picture and the comedian said, not right now? Now, are they not funny? Because if you sit around anyone that has the gift of humor long enough, they're going to make you laugh, even if it's only one time.
Yeah.
The gift that's in us, we're going to make you laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, okay, so I don't want to backtrack it or rephrase, because I don't think I said Donald Rollins wasn't funny. I think I said his special wasn't funny.
Yeah, you did. You did. No, you don't have anything to retract. You don't have anything to retract.
Is that safe to say? You know what I mean? That his special, to me, my opinion, wasn't funny. But I think I gave him his props. I think I did.
You did. Yeah,
okay.
You definitely did.
I just want to put that out there, because I'm not a hater. Number one, not a hater. Right. And we're in the same genre. We're in the same field. So, and of course, I'm not nowhere where he is, comedy wise, financially, and been in the game, he's legendary. We'll give him that. I'll put that title on him. He's legendary. Right. 30 years, 30 years anywhere is legendary. It's folks at my job that's legendary to me because they've been there 45 years. You know what I'm saying? They put their time in, they put their work in. So, I definitely want to pay homage to him, just for him being in the game for so long. But, like I say, I just didn't feel. And if he did a special tomorrow, or had something come out, tomorrow or next week, I would hope that, it would be funnier than this one, because I can even go back and look at some of his old stuff and say, oh, no. Now that was beast worthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this, it just didn't get me. And DL, I probably am saying that it wasn't that funny because of his statement. Had he not said nothing, had he not, made a big scene and a big deal out of it, I probably would have been like, yeah, bro, that was pretty funny. Yeah. But I'm looking for the beast. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the beast.
Especially if you call yourself beast enough to interrupt another comedian's set. So you doggone show better come with some heat. So now Corey comes on the show. He says what I said. If you just coming in, thanks for joining DL's Backstage Pass Conversations Season 2 Kickoff Show. He's Bam Brown. I'm DL Marshall. Mr. Savoir Fair, the Brown Bomber. Hey, but Corey goes, so was I wrong? And that's what he went into saying. Was the special mild or was it beast? Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people in this comments of 5150, a lot of people, Darlene and the guy, I forget the guy's name that's on there, they like, yeah, it was more mild than beast. It was more mild than beast. So then he goes into Godfrey and he said, it hurt me, man, because him and Godfrey are tight. They both Chicago cats. Yep. They friends. Yep. They got each other's personal number. He said, so when he saw Godfrey, he said, man, Godfrey, what was these comments after you and I talked on the phone or before? So thank goodness it was before he got a chance to get Corey on the phone. But Godfrey just said he didn't agree with Corey in saying Donnell is a mild comedian. Mm-hmm. Was that his best effort? Then that's subjective. But he, as a comedian, he's more a beast than he is mild. So Corey is like, how? So then Dante, which is Godfrey's co-host, is like, well, I've seen him in rooms. Maybe Corey feel like that because now Corey's stuck in LA. He don't get a chance to see Donnell in these New York rooms, whatnot. Blase pow. Mm-hmm. Corey comes back. He says that he feels like Godfrey turned on Donnell's side. So Godfrey just picks up the phone and calls Corey during the live show. And they have a talking, which again, proud moment number 2. Mm-hmm. 2 men from the Gen X generation have a conversation. They get clarity. One man, without screaming and being too emotional, can tell another man without screaming and being too emotional, bro, this is how I felt. Well, how did you feel this way? Because, well, no, that ain't what it was, bro. What it is 95% of the time, 95% of even this, I'm rocking with, but not 5. And on the other hand, now Corey was wrong and messy by saying that Godfrey was gay. And I wish this narrative would go to sleep. Mm-hmm. The only time a person should consider or take an interest personally in another person's sexuality is if they have interest, one, of being sexually intimate with that person, mm-hmm. or if that person makes unwarranted advances. Mm-hmm. Then it's all go. Mm-hmm. But just to speculate, who cares? We're in the midst of jokes. Now, if you got feminine traces, feminine ways, and you put on and you do something that's funny, not because of your sexual orientation, but because of the way you portrayed yourself, the characteristics of that circumstance, then I'm gonna make light, I'm gonna make fun, I'm gonna go in on that situation, not your orientation. What you think about that portion?
Yeah, definitely. Because I like Godfrey. Godfrey is now to me. No, I'm not even gonna put him on the level of beast. Now, but he brings everything. You know what I'm saying? He brings awareness. He brings knowledge, funny, and the impersonations. You know what I'm saying? The impressions. So I dig Godfrey, man. He's a funny guy. But
now I would say this: he is a beast in his lane.
In his lane, yes, he is. Yeah. Ain't nobody's topping that. Nobody, no. Especially the impressions. Nobody. We can go on and on about the people that try to do the impressions or are good at them, but they not Godfrey level. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think when you can't get a rise out of somebody, then you start to attack their character.
Right.
You start to go for the jugular. When you feel like what you saying over here ain't really ruffling my feathers, now you want to start to dig a little deeper. You want to start trying to cut. And so that gay part, especially in the public eye, is always that go-to. You know,
especially in our community as black men as well.
Yes, especially. And so when Corey went that way, you know, that was petty. You know what I'm saying? That was childish. Especially when you talking man to man and everything is going the way it's supposed to go. Now I still got to have the upper hand. So let me hit you with this.
Yeah.
You know? And so that was a low blow, man. I don't think that was called for.
And to me, bro, that is more feminine trait than, or I put it like this, it's just as much a feminine trace as a guy in a dress. Yeah. Because anytime a man has to backbite and run his mouth and always putting his focus on another man's agenda and just all the time, to me, that's more of a feminine trait. Because and the reason why I say this, and I'm not calling Corey feminine, what I'm saying is those are the attributes I used to see my mother and my aunts do. Yeah, those are the traits I used to see my sisters do. Something will happen that they didn't like. They did not address it while they were in the presence of that person. But as soon as they got home from the event, it might occur that they jumped on the phone. Girl, didn't you? Oh my God, y'all. And that to me is just as feminine as a man in a dress.
For sure. Oh yeah, definitely. Because my sisters and mama and grandma, they did it too. They come home from church and talk about everybody in the church. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, would never bring it to them, you know, unless it was brought back to them. Like, girl, did I hear you say? You know, now they got to stick up for themselves. But yeah, man, just to go for the jugular because you didn't get the response that you wanted. Yeah, that's gay to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You know.
Now, if we, you know, comedians are masters at wordplay. So if we really are beast, Donnell, if we really are beast, Corey, Godfrey, and all comedians that may tune in, if we really are beast on that stage, then every audience, wordplay now, every audience that we perform in front of is a gay audience. If you want to use the true definition of the word gay. Because we just made everybody happy with our talent.
Happy, yeah.
Yeah. The word is subjective and funny is subjective. And isn't it funny that we all, as comedians, say we want to be funny, but the first thing one of the characteristics you call a gay person is, oh, I think he's a little funny.
Yeah. And then you break your wrist, you know? Yeah.
So the word plays is like 6 degrees of separation. You know what I mean? And it so, Bam, it just appears that if someone has a special coming out or an event coming out that they really want to sell tickets to, then that is the go-to that you look at. So y'all, April 18th, the Gentlemen of Comedy are at the Blue Room, Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
April 18th. Yeah. Tickets only $15. Y'all stay tuned. Keep watching for more details. April 5th and 6th, Bam and I, along with Sweaty Hands, are going to be in concert, or I should say live comedy show, Atlanta, Georgia, at the Re-Up Experience. It's going to be the Beast Bam Brown, the Beast Mr. Sadwar Fair, DDL Moore, the Beast Sweaty Hands. We're going to be in Atlanta. I'm going to tell you what. Bam, we're going to start a beef.
Yeah.
We're going to call Sweaty Hands on, and we're going to start a beef. Just to sell tickets. I mean, I think that would be a funny spoof. Yeah. Just with today's society. But y'all, I'm going to say this. Comedians especially, let's rely on our funny more than the foolishness, man. Because Muhammad Ali, he did it. It was for boxing. Him and Howard Cosell found out that would make things go, and he took it and ran with it. If you're going to do that, I think that you should pick up the phone like I just did with Bam.
Yep.
Pick up the phone, say, hey, bro, this is what I'm going to do. We both got this show coming up. let's use it. And then they be like, boy, they crazy as a mug. Because you expect foolishness, you expect funny, you expect a comedic angle coming from comedians. So yeah, y'all, let's get it right. Yeah. Bam, we got a few. Okay, go ahead.
Then even taking it back to the verses, when we was doing the verses, you know, when that first started, you know, it was a lot of, everybody was cool, they friends, you know, whatever. But it's a competition, you know what I'm saying? A friendly competition. And so they would hold it up, you know, they would talk bad, they would talk some trash over here, but behind the scenes, you know, they kicking it together, they eating together, they, you know, over each other's houses, they picking out the songs together, you know what I'm saying? But when they get before people and leading up to it, you know, it's some smoke. It's some smoke in the city. It definitely was, because we love drama. You know what I'm saying? We love the drama. And so we want to tune in to see what the final word is going to be. Final, you know, who's got the final say? Who's going to be the king or the queen of the beef? And so, yeah, definitely, man, I'm ready to start some beef, you know what I mean, with anybody to sell these tickets. So, like you said, April 18th, man, we going to be down at the Blue Room on 18th and Vine. So, if y'all want some of this smoke, you come get some.
Come get some. And I mean, you know, it's like when you take the stage, you want the people that you on the show with to be funny, because who wants to be the funniest dude in an unfunny show?
Right.
I mean, come on, man. So I'm going to do what I got to do to make you do what you better do.
Yeah.
And you know, Bam, I always say, y'all better pray God don't show me favor. and it only take me about 3.3 seconds to realize that I'm in control of that room, and y'all better start ringing the alarm. That is for sure. Because you know, you said something a little earlier in the show, man. You sell tickets a lot of times based off of your previous work.
Yeah, which
is cool. That's why you go out to be a beast, man. You want people in New York. And did you find out if Albuquerque was in New York or just Mexico?
It doesn't say it on Google, brother. It just...
so I was right until I'm wrong. So, but yeah, we work so hard so that we can sell the next show.
Yeah.
So you want the people in Arkansas to say the show was funny. So by the time you get to Houston, they go buy them tickets. That's why I try, and you know this to be true, I try not to do the same set show after show. Now, you might get one or two of the same jokes, but I try based off of the room to curate some energy. And then that's just how much, Bam, we sit down and we just work on life material. You and I could be in a conversation on the phone or face to face and be like, oh, dang, that could work on stage. That's the mind of a comedian, bro. So, yeah, definitely. Did you see the Sukihana sucking the feet?
I did.
Video, bro?
I didn't. Let me do some research real fast. Hold on. No, go ahead. I haven't seen it though,
bruh. First of all, I saw pictures of Sukihana and Sexy Red before they became the personas that we know them to be. Okay. And they were some attractive ladies without all the clowning and all the clown makeup and they are serviceable. Not quite marketable, but serviceable. But to say I'm not your child's role model, I didn't set out to be. But when you know you have impressionable young ladies,
right,
listening to your music. Now, here's the deal. They might Cardi B us, bro. They might hit us like, when my kids get older, I'm gonna change because I don't want my kids hearing this. I don't want my kids seeing this. I would just say be careful of people that put more respect on what it is they do and the families and stuff that they have than your own, because they don't care nothing about being a terrible influence over your kids, as long as it don't touch their house. But Sukihana was sucking toes again in a car. You couldn't see the dude in the driver's seat, but you could see his foot, and she's sucking all on his foot, and he done put pizza in between his toes, a slice of pizza. First of all, dog, How did you learn to use your feet so well?
Oh man.
So he stick a pizza in between his toes and she chewing off the pizza, and then she comes up with a video. Y'all been in a bad image longer than I've been, and this and that and that and that and this, and it's the matter of, well, I ain't the only one throwing stuff on the ground. Like, don't litter up your own community. Just because you see a cup on the ground, wouldn't it be better for the community for you to bend over and pick up a cup rather than to throw another cup next to it?
Right.
So no matter how bad of behavior you've been seeing people in our community exhibit, you're going to be one more cup on the ground? Like, I'm so tired of seeing our young princesses trying to navigate and learn how to be queens. But I guess in order for a kingdom to be a kingdom, there's got to be a village full of with some peasants. And I'm so tired of every picture that I see, every video that hits the social media. It's somebody shaking their booty, somebody looking over their shoulder. Now, some of it look good now.
I was about to say, brother, now listen, bro.
Some of them get my attention now. I ain't saying. Yeah, I don't want to see none of it, but doggone it, that got to be everything I see. And then some of y'all shaking it in these pajama pants that look like y'all ain't made y'all way from the bed to the bathroom yet. And that monkey look funky as you shaking funk out that barrel. That's all I'm saying. When some of y'all don't look like y'all done took care of hygiene first, but there are some of you that I appreciate.
Yes.
The art form.
Those.
Yeah, yes. I appreciate the art form of the wiggle. I really do. Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the videos. Well, not videos per se, but I'm seeing what you're saying.
Yeah.
And because to be honest, man, I didn't even know who Sukihana was.
Wow.
I heard the name.
Yeah.
But never really paid attention because I try to stay away from ratchetness. You know what I'm saying? I stay away from the ratchet. Now, a good classy woman or whatever, even with a taste of ratchet, but full out, this is what I do, this is what I wake up to every day. Nah, I don't really indulge into that. But yeah, so
if I could go ahead.
Is she a rapper or is she a reality star?
She's a plant, but yeah, she both. But here's the deal, man. If I could get my woman to be Felicia Rashad or Shirley Ralph out in public, but give me a little Sukihana or Sexy Red at the crib.
Yeah,
hey, man. But it's just no man wants to wife a woman that everybody knows how well she do the things she do, because then it's like well, she disrespecting herself, so I don't know how to respect somebody that hasn't given me a level to respect. So now when we go out, if your name is Suki with the good cookie, but that ain't the word that but if your whole moniker is Suki with the good cookie, and we out and somebody say, Suki, let me get some of that cookie. Now, do I fight? Because I don't know if he asking for it or he calling you by the name. Like,
yeah. So who want to be on guard all the time?
Right.
Who want to be on ready set at all time? I can't even enjoy my meal. I can't enjoy walking the park with my lady. Yeah.
And
it's understandable.
She's sucking all these feet, dog, and you can look at the different videos, them different size feet. And I know feet ain't a word, but them different sizes, man. So that means you got a plethora of men's toes in your mouth. How do you respect a woman like that?
Yeah.
We want to respect you, queens, but you got to be queenish.
Yeah. But who?
Now here's another thing, Bam. Now, for all you wise people, wise guys and wise girls that want to say what I think, I'm feeling what you're saying and what you're probably putting in the comments. We probably ain't gonna stop smashing, but we dashing after the smashing. That's what we said. If you want more than a pounce, just give a little ounce in public.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. BBLs, bro. BBLs, man. These ladies are killing themselves with the BBLs. I put up a post the other day. Basic body look. I mean, everybody got the ant look. Like they got the oversized hips and bottoms and a little
bitty waist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But these sisters are killing themselves, man. They getting these BBLs. It was a report that they getting the BBLs and they can't even fly home. One lady, they had to do emergency ground and put her on a gurney and stretch her out on her stomach because her butt was leaking so bad from how long she had to sit that she did damage. There was a woman that had some old granulated meat, like old meat, injected, mixed with some of her body fat. And she couldn't she's like, my booty ain't never stunk like this. I keep washing it. I'm using Dove. I'm using Caress. I'm using Irish Spring. And my water ain't hard water. And I keep smelling this bad odor. She had old meat in her cheeks.
What kind of meat? What
like you know how at like hot dog factories or beef, how they discard certain meat?
Yeah.
These folks are getting hold of anything and they mixing it with fat to stretch it.
Oh my God.
So now your butt's stinking. Not your hole, but your cheeks is stinking. Well, possibly the hole too. But for sure, them cheeks got an odor.
Oh my God.
And then there's one girl, she didn't look like she needed one anyway. Thin sister. She got the little bitty boy shorts on TikTok, and you know they all gotta cock that leg up, turn sideways, and then they gotta do that. And she got to shaking them cheeks, and she caught a flat tire, bro, right there on her TikTok live. Caught a flat tire. Now don't judge me. While I was at the live looking, I told you when I see a stop sign in traffic, I stop. I don't want nobody to hit me. I don't run a red light.
You just obeying the law. It's okay. You obeying the law.
And plus, I'm a journalist. I got to research. I'm a comedian. I might need material. And she went flat, dog. I mean, like, she was shaking it so hard that it was like, you know how you hold a balloon and you blow it up and you let it go and it goes.
Yeah.
That was her cheek, dog. She shook it so hard, her cheek just.
Wow, man. Wow.
So. Why is it that you think, especially with black women, in your 20s, listen to old Uncle DL is telling you, you gonna thicken out. Give life a chance. You might be skinny in your 20s. You hit that 30, you gonna be curvy. But when you hit that 40, you gonna be full. You hear me? You don't need all them shots. You don't. Just mature. Enjoy being you. Men are different. That's why Baskin and Robbins and buffets have been synonymously popular for years. It's options. We want options. Are you a BBL fan, Bam?
And this, people, is where the beef starts. This is where the beef begins, people, right here. Because I see what the brother's doing, and you know, I've got some I've got some freedom to maintain and to keep. So let me use my words.
Not for yourself, brother. Let me preface it. Not for yourself. Do you like the risk of a BBL?
Let me use my words carefully.
Yeah, take a sip.
No, man. Yes. To answer the question. To answer the question, yes. Now, to go into detail, I would love to. No, man, it is a beautiful thing on some women. It is. It's a beautiful thing on some women. It enhances, just like when people, women wear makeup. Sometimes you can put too much on. You look like a clown.
Good knowledge.
It's not evenly blended, so it looks like you got on a mask.
Good knowledge.
It's just how you got it done and how you wear what you wear with what you have, your assets. It's what you put your stuff on with. That's a good way to put that in there. But when you want to go like women with they get implants and they want to go Triple H or numbers and letters that they ain't even supposed to be on your front, you look stupid. You know what I'm saying? You look like a circus clown or an exhibit. And so, sure, it may bring you attention, but it's not always the attention that you want, to have. And even going from your backside, you know what I'm saying? You could want the big number and the what do you call that thing that you measure suits and stuff with, the measuring tape. You may want to go to 60 or 70 when it should probably stay around, 50. 50 is a good number. 50 is if you stretch it out, people. Go and get you some measuring tape. And 50 is a good number. But if you trying to go beyond that, man, how you fitting in your car? How are you fitting in your Ford Festiva? Or your
how you making sure the hole lines up over the toilet?
That's what, yeah. And then how you we talking hygiene, how are you washing that thing without a bidet? You need a bidet for that thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's too massive, then it's falling off the sides of the toilet. You can't get your arm way around there. But so it's a great topic to speak on, brother. I can talk about this all day.
Now, I like when you was talking about the augmentations, like somebody that did it right and it works for on the top end of things. Kelly Rowland.
Okay.
Yeah.
She had some enhancements.
Yeah, the top shelf. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
That's the point I'm getting at. The point I'm getting at. So I think you should make sure when you're dealing with the Dr. Miamis and the BBLs, that your hip to thigh ratio should be taken into consideration.
True,
because some people turning sideways and they looking like a capital P, dog. Them little bitty legs and then that big old hump come around. That just, it's not. And then the leakage that a lot of these women on that report I was looking at, they talk about that they leaking and they draining and they bleeding up to 5 months after the actual. You can't have no fun with it if you picture how you could scar a guy. He got his hand and he like, yeah.
So I'm sure, and they can call it what they want, competition or whatever, because they want to look the best, number one, but then they want to look better than the next, I believe, and so if one woman already has a nice one with, the everything is solid, the hips, the ratio, all of that's going together.
Yeah.
Man, I just drew a cold Coke bottle right there when I
Yeah. That was Miss Juanita right there. That was Miss Juanita.
Man, and so is it, ladies? And let's talk about this. Let's discuss this. For real. Like, because men want to know, men like it as far as looks, pleasure, and something like some arm candy, you know. But why, women, do you want to have the biggest? You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it proportional to your body.
Yeah.
Or is it Dr. Miami or whoever? Is this the special that you running? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know, you know, because we travel a lot and we see a lot. You know what I mean? And
them airports would be something else.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, some women look fantastic. And then if you look at a back in the day picture of them and then a today picture, you know, you like, oh, that was you back in the day. So imagine that Taylor Swift picture that they showing right now, and she's in the black with the black shorts. You used to look like that, you know. Now you look like somebody, one of the internet, one of the IG chicks. You know what I mean? Like, does that you never wanted to look like that old Taylor Swift. So I understand why you would get enhancements. But why the extreme? And then why would you put yourself and your body through all that meat, that stinky meat and all of that? And now you've ruined your body, because now you got to get cut back open, have that drained out, and possibly put some new stuff in. Possibly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. On the last one on this note, with the BBLs coming to a close, the end. There's a nurse, man, had a BBL, and when she woke up, she couldn't feel her feet or her legs. She's right now restricted to a wheelchair and has a lawsuit out because her BBL was blocked. They hit the nerve above her sciatica, and now what they injected in her won't free her nerves for her legs to work, and so she may be paralyzed for the rest of her life. So the very thing she was trying to get blown up, she can't even get up and let nobody see.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So actually, D, man, you are bringing awareness to this thing.
I am. It's like we talk about, don't no man want a bone but a dog, or don't no man want no flat woman. And you look at Travis Kelce's 2 ex-girlfriends, and you look at Taylor Swift. Since you brought Taylor Swift up,
come on,
you know, hey,
yeah.
So a big old butt and a smile. We've always been told by Belle Biv DeVoe, don't trust it.
Don't trust it.
It's poison.
Yeah.
And come to find out, it's poison being shot up in that big butt. So, you know, a big butt might get them, but it sure takes the personality to keep them.
Yeah.
Last story, bro.
Wait, D. Before we go on that note, would you? And I'm, you know, we're both married men. You know, I don't. You know, hopefully you.
I ain't scared of these.
Look. Hopefully you were saying the same thing. You know what I mean? That you was telling them that you, because if they don't, now they know. But but say you met somebody because of how she looked, and y'all was in the lane for a while. You know what I mean? And then you found out. You know, well, she probably told you early on. Yeah, I had a BBL. Blah blah blah. But the thing either exploded, busted, started stanking, whatever. Would you stay or would you go?
You know, is she my wife or is she my girl?
I already know the answer to if she's your girl. So say if she's your wife. So,
all right. So if my wife got a BBL before we got together, feelings got into it. She told me, and then the bad boy went off like the 4th of July firecracker. Yeah. First of all, the consideration has to be, I'm gonna be on restriction.
Yep.
But heck, I'm on restriction when she mad at me anyway. So I've dealt with that. So, so my thing is, are you healthy? Are you okay?
Right.
And just hopefully it can get back to a level of comfort, and that her self-security is cool. Her self-esteem didn't blow up when the Tootie blew up. You know what I mean? But I also gonna make sure now, Doc, this is not a permanent road closing. This is just street repairs, right? Because I still need this direction to get home.
Right.
I still want, hey, Bam, I still want to come this way again. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Don't throw the roundabout in there, you know.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know, man. I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I'm out of there, brother, because it'll never be the same.
I've been waiting on this. Bye.
Yeah, man. Because listen, if that's how it was when I met you, obviously it caught my attention. Number one, and then if it blows up, like you said, like the 4th of July, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit. I'm just gonna be honest, stick around for the moral support, you know, and so I won't look like a dog, you know.
I ain't here for you. I'm here for me.
Yeah, because it's not gonna get no better, brother. It's not. It's not gonna get no better, and then it's just gonna be. Excuse me. It's gonna be. Oh, my booty hurt. Oh, my hips hurt. Oh, can you? Oh, my fault. The bed is wet. Don't roll over in that. Or ooh, what's that smell? I'm sorry, babe. It's just me and my booty. You know how. Who wants to walk through a mall or a store or a restaurant or air? Hey, man, if we went on a trip on an airplane, you know how tight the aisle is in the seats, and then my girl walked through, and folks is looking around like, oh my God, what in the world? What? Oh, and they, you know, all of it. I'm not going to go through the rest of my life like that.
Right.
I'm out, brother. I gotta go.
And you know, for all of y'all that's gonna jump in the comments talking about y'all wrong, Bam, that ain't right. It's different than if a sickness came about you naturally, but that's something you did.
You're right.
You did that. So,
yeah, man.
The reason why I said is it my wife, because I did say for better or for worse, for sickness and health. But if it's just a girlfriend, hey Richie, put your mother on the phone.
Right.
I'm never coming home.
Right.
All right, Bam. Last one, bro, before we get out of here.
All right.
So, did he or didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
The saga continues. New allegations just came up. Industry producer who they produced on the latest Sean Puffy Cone album, Dr. Love, the Love album, has now come out and said he's fighting for his publishing. He's fighting for his royalties. He hasn't gotten paid. He has been fondled and touched by Diddy and some of his entertainment friends, naming a bunch. One notable name being Cuba Gooding Jr. This is the first man that come outside of Orlando Brown. We understand Orlando said the squash bugash a long time ago. But some of the allegations is that he made this dude work in the bathroom while he took a shower. He would run across in front of him butt naked. He would fill him up and then say, oh man, we just playing. I'm just playing. Is he going to jail? Man, do you think this is just now too much to come back from? Is he going to jail? And should he right now be in jail with this amount of, I hear this brother got videos supporting what he said, because here's one of the things, if this is true, it was very unwise for Sean Combs. This guy's job, one of his jobs was to be the videographer of the day-to-day things going on in the Love Chronicles. So he's got audio and video footage, and he started by way of his attorneys releasing still photos of videos that he has. And one of the videos he released was allegedly supposed to support Cuba Gooding Jr. sitting on him, around him, trying to groom him, trying to hit on him with his arms around him real close. Now, without the concept of playing the whole thing, Cuba Gooding's side could say, man, I just had my arms around him trying to give him some industry advice. But if that was taken from a still photo, I mean, from a video, could this be saying, hey, y'all know what I'm saying is true. Give me my money. I'll go away. But if y'all keep pushing me, I'm going to let this go. My man said, Bam, and then I'll let you respond, that he woke up. Well, he went to a party. He was at one of Diddy's house parties, whatnot. And what's the girl's name? Young Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Her cousin kept trying to get at him, follow him in the bathroom, trying to get at him to get at her in front of men so that they could get at him. Right? They wind up drinking. He said he felt woozy. He didn't remember anything. He blacked out. The next thing he did, he woke up in a bed, butt naked.
Mm.
Now, I'm just saying, should Sean Combs be looking now for jail time? And this guy also implicated Sean's oldest son, Justin.
Mm.
Yeah,
man. It is time. It's almost like he's Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He's doing a lot of stuff out here, and they've got a lot of video, audio, testimonies, proof, and they ain't put this man in jail yet. Like, what's going on? Like I said earlier at the top of the show, this is the year of exposure. You know what I mean? And so get your house in order. R. Kelly went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Sure, they were underage, so to speak. But they got proof that this man is out here wilding and drugging folks. Bill Cosby went to jail for drugging people. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, it is time.
And I would say this, Bam. Usher was underage. And there is a report out by Gene Deal. He was on a platform and he said, ask Usher, what did he have to go to a hospital for, him and his mother? Why did they rush him to the hospital? Orlando Brown was underage. Cassie was underage. If this
Just
brother, for the things that this brother's charged for, Bam, that's far worse than what Bill or R. Kelly is incarcerated for or have been incarcerated for.
Mm-hmm.
But look how long it took for them to. It looked like R. Kelly was getting away with it, didn't it?
Yeah.
It looked like Bill Cosby was finna dive out of here, didn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like Puffy is getting away with it, but he may as well go ahead and get his life in order. And I was listening to Suge Knight say, I don't wish incarceration on any man, especially a black man.
Mm-hmm.
Puffy may as well get ready to come on in here because, and you know, they hear a lot of things inside before we catch it outside.
Right. Yeah. And then, you know, like, you know, he's got so much weight, you know, and push that it's people are scared to say something, you know, been scared for a long time because of, you know, what could happen. Even going back to Jaguar Wright.
Yeah.
You know, all the people that tried to out him come up either dead or sick or in the hospital, you know. So a lot of people are scared, but then, man, it's like, man, how long do I have to keep living like this? Keep being, quote unquote, fondled, raped, misused, mishandled before I say something. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like forget me hiding from this, man. Let me expose what's going on so the next person won't have to go through this. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's getting. It started, you know, I mean, it started a long time ago, but really it started really coming to light last year, you know, even with TD Jakes involved, you know, and so he's another one that needs to get his house in order, you know, before his house falls.
Right.
You know? So yeah, man, yeah. If you do the crime, you do the time.
Definitely. And this one thing about this brother is he ain't waiting no 10, 20 years, you know, couple of decades. He talking about, hey man, they doing me like this now. Go get them. Go get them peoples. And so, yeah, man, let us know what you think in the comments, man. Hey, we got coming up next week, Marjane Parks. Marjane Parks. She is a gospel recording artist. She's gonna be on the show. Man, we've got a show we got to get with Boss Lady, and we got Jermaine Mickey, Jalen Calhoun, Lady J of EGO Network, Drina Penn, Edward Drake. man, we've got a lot of good shows, man. So, hey, make sure when you're not watching DL's Backstage Pass Conversations with Mr. Sadwar Fair, the DL Marshall, Bam Brown, that you're checking out the Arena Show with the two of us and Billy Bird on Fridays, 5 o'clock p.m. You got Marsh Media News Update with myself and Sean Lee, 10:30 a.m. on Mondays, and then 5 o'clock p.m. Picture Perfect with Sean Lee on that Mondays. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, we have something for your search content needs. So give Marsh Media Backstage Entertainment your subscription, like this video episode, and man, blow us up.
Yeah,
blow
man.
us up like a BBL.
Yeah.
How can they find you, Bam?
Man, look for me on Facebook at Bam Brown. Then go to IG and Bam.Brown. You can find me at no. I'm on IG at Bam Brown _KC. And then TikTok Bam.Brown. And that's about it.
Right on. You catch you still on? Okay, can they still catch you on Tubi?
Man, I've been searching for my movies on Tubi, and they done took both of them down. Both. But I am in a little a small scene with Benzino in on Amazon Prime called The Best Day of Your Life.
Best Day of Your Life. So go check it out and get a quick glimpse of Bam Brown. Yeah.
That's on Amazon Prime. But as far as the Tubi movies, man, I don't know what they doing.
Got to be more careful. You can catch me, yours truly, Mr. Sadwar Fair, everywhere on social media. THEEDL Marshall, just like there. The DL Marshall. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. LinkedIn, if it's social media, THEEDL Marshall. And man, you can always catch me right here with my comedy comrade, my brother from another mother, Mr. Bam Brown, on DL's Backstage Pass Conversations. Man, support the content, support the movement. Catch us in a city near you live on stage as the Gentlemen of Comedy. Atlanta, y'all up next. April 5th, April 6th. We coming y'all way. Till the next time, remember, gospel Jesus Christ is contagious. Catch it. All that you do it godly. Till the next time, y'all be blessed.